Conference, Paul Cruikshank, Glasgow Anniesland CLP, moving Composite Motion 5. Conference, there's no sense or help in burying the lead on this one. Let it ring out from this hall, from our membership, from our leadership, and from all areas of our party. There must be a ceasefire in the Middle East, and it must happen now. The alternative to ceasefire is continued bloodshed. The continued loss of Israeli lives, the continued death and continued oppression of the Palestinian people in Gaza. The alternative to ceasefire is continued escalation of tension and violence in the region, with proxy war intention destabilising the entire region as a whole. The alternative to ceasefire, conference, is unimaginable. But ceasefire, however, does not mean the laying down of arms by the IDF, by Hamas, and by others alone. We know all too well from history that that will not work. Ceasefire means the release of every single Israeli hostage taken by the terrorist group Hamas. Ceasefire means the release of every single Palestinian citizen detained without charge or trial by Netanyahu's army. Ceasefire means the opening of the roads for food, electricity, water and medicines, and delivery of them by agencies, including UN agencies, for those in need. Ceasefire means that those who are not combatants are kept genuinely safe by both sides. Few of us can imagine the fear, the violence, the terror, the heartbreak, or the horror that befell Israelis on the 7th of October 2023. Since that date, nearly 1,500 citizens have been murdered, nearly 240 hostages were taken, including children and the elderly. Mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, siblings, spouses, all of them. But few of us too can imagine the fear, the violence, the terror, the heartbreak, or the horror that has been part of life of Palestinians in Gaza and indeed the West Bank since the 7th of October 2023. Nearly 28,000 killed, around 65,000 people wounded, mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, siblings, spouses, all of them. And it's for that reason that this catastrophe provokes the response it does, because it is emotional. Our purpose as a movement and as a party, and our attachment to it, is born of our empathy. Because fundamentally, an injustice to one is an injustice to all. That's why we must reject those for whom this conflict is merely an excuse to practice one of the world's oldest prejudices. Pain and suffering knows no borders or no nationalities and no cultures. We are each human, and it's for that reason we must be resolute in this matter. But the power to end unnecessary suffering is not equally shared. We recognise that one party more than the other now is capable to the extent to control that suffering. International law recognises that Israel had a right, and even was right, to respond to the terrorist attack inflicted on it by the extremist terrorist group Hamas. Conference, we have no friends in Hamas. They do not seek peace, they do not seek safety, they do not seek justice. But conference, with the right to self-defence comes the responsibility to defend the defenceless. When The Hague puts you on notice, you better listen. Netanyahu is not a friend of Israel. He is not a friend of the Labour movement. He is not a friend of those who seek a peaceful future for the Middle East, and he is not a friend for the overwhelming majority of the international community who support the two-state solution. Nor must Jewish people around the world be held responsible for his actions. Conference, supporting the motion today will send a powerful signal. We stand with those who call for peace. We stand with those in Israel and Gaza and the West Bank and everywhere who call for an end to Netanyahu's assault and Hamas's terror campaign. We know, as a Labour Party and Labour movement, that we achieve more together than we can ever do alone. That is the core of our movement's being. We must now heed and urge others to follow that call for action. Conference, I move.